We're live here today with the Formula Micro Series. We got a couple drivers, a returning driver that is shy of 21. He is on probation. It's technically an early race for him. He's gotten out early from his suspension for one race. Probably continue afterwards though. And we got Jake in the pace car in a Camaro. It's a GT3 that's been down tuned, of course. And everyone to the cars because very soon we'll start pacing. So everyone to your cars, everyone to your cars. We're gonna start pacing as soon as everyone gets in their cars. Waiting on Shive here. There's Netta, get to your car. We are yellow on the track. This is fortunately just a test lap. Of course, we got 5 minutes of qualifying. We are on the biggest track in the schedule. That is, of course, none other than the Utah Motorsports campus. It's about 4.5 miles long. As we see our cars making their way over to turn number 1. It's a very long, stretched out corner here. From turn 1, you enter with these class about 140 miles an hour. And down through the next sector, basically flat out through here. And as you come onto another left-hander, and it's a long straightaway here. Not quite as long as the front stretch, but very long. We also have an official track map, which will explain the terms. There's a couple funny ones up here. We'll read them out. Cars now make their way down into another corner. It's a hairpin, but it's very swept out. Very high speed still. Not really any slow corners on this track, but just a lot of distance. Let me get to reading you the names of this track now currently. So, right here we have, I believe, that there, that was the Diablo turn, making the way into Indecision. Call this the Precision turn, and I can quite very much still see why you would name it such a way. Very technical that corner is to make the way into a straight. There's just a little bit of a right turn sweeper here, and I could hear my voice in the background. That was funk. This right-hander here goes by the name of Fast. You're still going faster, though, and that's what this corner's here. And, of course, when you think all things are good and set in stone, gotcha, this is what the name of this corner is. We're then met with a corner here called Maybe I'll Make It. Remember, folks, not to do any tricky cuts. That will lead to a suspension. Just follow the road as it goes. Now, it's just a long swept right-hander to Satisfaction into Agony. This is what this part here, but the exit goes by a funny nickname. That's Ecstasy. We'll take that for what it is. And up ahead is the Attitude Chicanes. This is what the cars will be making up ahead. And it's just a couple of tricky little corners there onto a short little straight into the Tool turn, which has a little kink that's actually named off. We'll hold off from naming that there. As for those that have ever watched Formula Drift, this section up ahead actually does get used there. And this little set of left and right handers. As the clubhouse corner into wind up, and then finally the final turn is released. Jake, make your way in. Everyone else, a green flag out on the racetrack. We got 5 minutes here on the clock. We got side by side between Shive 21, Jason, as they make their way down the front stretch. It is a whole kilometer the straightaway is into turn number 1. As Jason falls back, Shive 21, sorry, that's the only other driver with an S, I think, of their name. I mistook a little bit there. You see Air's Net picking it up, as well as Twin Triple V6. We got 3 wide as they make the way through what I believe this is the Scream turn. Is this what they call it? Down into the Black Rock hairpin they go. And Eris is going to fall wide to Twin Triple V6, but Eris will be carrying a little bit more speed than Twin down into the hook corner. Eris now gets loose, and that's more than likely going to be a corner cut for her. We're going to clear the laps on the racetrack. course, we are still running the first part of the track. Jake is currently messing around in a Pagani. That's why the rest of the field. Scheib currently running away with it, as Twin so far setting the fastest sector one time. They get by Arisneta, and Arisneta I don't think is having a valid lap here, mainly just a training lap for her. So very much so something you got to keep your eyes on. Scheib definitely running away with it. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to look like it's going to be a valid lap this time around. And you only got a couple more shots to get a lap. So maybe one of the most important things for this qualifying section is just to get a lap set. Scheib 21 goes wide. And again, that's not a valid lap. A Twin Triple V sits on route here. Him and Akrushin are the only people currently en route for a valid lap time to make their way through the last set of turns wind up into release. Now they go onto the front stretch. We'll be eyeing that board. As Twin goes top of the board, it's a 209.629. Akrushin not valid. We got 4 invalid laps here. And more than likely 2 more laps to go. Very high intensity qualifying. Looks like Twin Triple V is catching up a little bit to Scheib. He's got a lot of confidence currently. Does not need to worry much about how qualifying goes. He already has a valid lap. Everyone else has so much more to lose. You just need to get a lap in, and everything will be a lot easier. So we now have about 2 minutes left on the clock. It's funny, seeing all this, you would have probably gotten through several laps on some of our other courses, specifically on Yorkshire. A little reminder that 6 laps on Yorkshire is about the same amount of time it takes to do a lap here. A little under. It actually might be about 5 laps on Yorkshire on this class. Cars now make their way around the little infield straight through the gotcha turn now, out of it into well, we don't want to exactly call these corners, but here they go around, and I think Twin is catching up to Scheib. Fortunately, not a valid lap, but Arisnet currently en route for a valid lap. So we see 2 green sectors. This might be her opportunity to take at least a 2nd place. Could even get pole if things go very well for her. We have a minute left on the clock. Definitely the cars are going to make it in time to get another lap in the book. Now it's just a couple more turns for her into the clubhouse corner. Arisneta goes. And it seems to be staying off of the corner cuts. Other cars making their way around the final turn as Aris goes around the release corner onto the front stretch. Will this lap be foul for Arisneta? Will she move up to the top of the board? Will she move up to 2nd? Yes, she moves into 2nd place. We got 1 more lap to go. White flag in the air. Oop. There we go. White flag is in the air, and this is an opportunity for Scheib, Akrushin, and Jason all to get a valid lap. Jake is driving around the pace car, just running it through. Again, last opportunity for Scheib, Akrushin, and Jason to get a lap that counts. As it looks like Scheib went wide. That might have just about cost him. That could have been a quarter cut. We'll see as they make their way through the first sector on the course. The checkers have finally gone out on the track. Of course, those will be crossed once they do. I'm gonna eye that board, so it's about a minute 11 is what those sectors look like. As here is Scheib making its way behind Twin. Finally into that sector, and Scheib's lap is valid, so is Twin. Twin has been pushing hard. Krushin's got a good gap, but he's also valid. Everyone here has been valid so far as they now push their way through the final lap. Could be an opportunity for Twin to get something better. Arisneta with a pretty solid looking lap there, not comparable with Twin. And it looks like Jason... where's Jason? Jason's a pretty far gap behind. Unfortunately for him, looks like it's going to be too late for him. Our car's now making the way into the final set of corners. Twin Triple V6 leads us off into the section that Formula Drift uses. Once again, through the clubhouse corner into windup now. From windup into release. Is he going to stay ahead? Is Arizona going to overtake for the pole position? We'll figure that one out. Twin Triple V6 now making his way across the front stretch and crosses the line, goes quicker. Shive gets ahead of Aris. Netta Aris will not go by. She would have gone second on the board otherwise. A Crucian moves Aris all the way to 4th place. That's unfortunate for Aris. As that is your qualifying. Alright, I gotta grab my own dinner real quickly, so we're gonna take a short break. But don't worry about it. Just line up in the pit lane in your positions, and we'll go from there, alright?
Yeah, we'll get out of that. Dale, get the fuck out of the car.
Alright, I'm back. And, I believe that's a car going around on track. We're gonna clear out the tracker quickly, as it looks like there's a scuffle between Jake and Dale. Need you guys to line up again. Your positions are going to be Twin Turbo V6, Shive 21, Accrucian, Arisnetta, and Jason. Let's get this started, alright? I just gotta clear out the cars. These, of course, are the cars or drivers that were not around today to make the race. Not sure where they're off to, but we'll get that one figured out eventually. This is gonna be an 8-lap race, of course, with 1 pace lap, so corner cut limit for today is gonna be 16. I'll see if that goes okay. So Jason, give the spot up to Arisnetta, and everyone else try to fit yourselves here, please. So it's kind of important for us to talk about real quickly because we are only doing one pace lap because of how things are going to be working today, because of how few laps there are, because of how big the track is. Every caution will lead to a red flag, meaning that we'll only be doing one pace lap after cautions. Overtime itself will only be one lap, if that does come around. And restarts, again, will be very heavily enforced. So, if you fuck up a restart, basically, yeah. Let's say you disconnect or something like that, you'll be moved to the back of the field, or if you spin out and you can't catch up, we're going to be going on without you. So we have one lap here, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Just maintain your positions. If you delay it by jumping and refusing to cooperate, then that will lead to more harsh penalties. It also appears that Shibe is left, so we're going to figure out what's the situation with Shibe. I believe we are still ongoing. I'm going to try to see.
There he is.
Okay. Let me see if the stream is still continuing. Yeah, okay, the stream's on. Whoops. Everyone to your cars. There's a few more things I want to say. Is that if you guys do an intentional cut, such as, cutting a section of the track, that'll lead to an immediate black flag, and you'll be suspended for a few weeks. So, don't do that.
One more thing. Upon cautions on the race back, you guys are going to cross the line, and then
you're going to somehow find a way to go through here, and then go into that pit lane.
Bring it in through here.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to do another lap after that.
Yeah.
There's only 8 laps here.
This is a very big track, so we have to use a bit of a weird format. Sorry about it. So, yeah. That's all. Let me, okay, everyone's in their cars, so with that in mind, I'm just gonna make sure everything is good. No viewers. Alright, we're on the yellow flag. Job 21 is going to be routed to the back of the field. If you do that, we will be starting without you. So. Shibe, you're going to have to route to the back of the field. Eris, what are you doing? Come on. Shibe is collecting back to the back of the field. Jason, pick up the pace. You're a little bit too far behind from Eris, so it wouldn't be fair for Shibe. Reminder that the CC limit is 18 cuts. Or 16 cuts, excuse me. But if multiple people are suffering, then we'll increase it to 20. So, just try to stay on the road. Should be good. So, Shy with that little mechanical issue making him start from the back of the field. That's going to be a bit rough, but he was seemingly one of the fastest cars on track today. Arisnetta, please pick up the pace. You're holding up Jason and Shibe. I see some traffic back in the rear of the field. If Jason can follow suit. Alright. Doing a little bit better on pacing. It was about the first, I think this is one of the first times since Martinsville that we've brought out the Camaro. And I'm pretty sure Jake pretty happy to drive it. Now, make the way through the last couple turns here. In this, about a little bit, I think it's about a 16 lap race this is going to be. We're going to clear the board, so that was our time there, but everyone maintained 60 miles an hour. Jake started increasing pace. 60 miles an hour, please maintain it. Remember not to overtake until you fully cross the line. Otherwise you'll be called for a jump. Car's now making their way into the clubhouse corner. Now around this preliminary corner on the racetrack, it is the wind-up corner. There's one more left here. Gonna wait till the cars make their way to the front stretch. Green flag on the racetrack. And it looks like a pretty equal start, just about for everyone. Shipe seemed to get a slightly better start than Jason did, but coming across the line, I'm just going to walk this way real quickly. Now the view, Arisnetta now side by side with the Crucian for second place as they make their way into turn number 1. But it looks like a bit of a crossover move going to come up around. Looks like laps need to be changed with theirs, so change. All laps are now fixed. Our cars now make the way down the little straightaway. Looks like Shibe will now overtake as he goes a little bit off the track. Arisnetta collect up a little bit of gap here with twin turbo V6. Now picked out the bumper, but they're going to go wide, nearly spin out. Same thing with Dale Ross. Now the two of them side by side into the Demon corner. And it looks like a crossover. And Arisnetta going to get it back up to second place, but Dale right on the bumper. Dale now taking away the inside from Aris. Aris falls wide. And it's a clean overtake for Dale Ross. Arisnetta will carry more speed into the next corner. And seemingly, with Dale taking all those tight corners, that might hurt a little bit of his pace, but the two of them go at it. Aris goes wide, but she's going to tighten up her line. It seems to not do so well for her. Shibe is really picking up the ground as we see a 3-car battle about to stir up here for the second place spot. Shibe now picking up to the inside of Del Ross. Del Ross still at the bumper of Arisnetta. Meanwhile, Shibe 21 potentially trying to capitalize through the chicane. He thinks about peaking, although he's not going to quite go there yet. As it looks like Shibe might be carrying just a little bit more speed than Dale is to Aris in this section, as we finally see the first lap wound through. Shibe's got 3 corner cuts. Remember that there will be a 10-second time penalty once you get too many cuts. As Dale gets a little loose on the final turn, that goes to Shibe's benefit. And Twin will be the leader on the first lap. That was a big lag spike for me. Meanwhile, Crucian and Shibe battling it out for third place. Will Shibe be able to get a podium? Gets a little bit of lag spike, jumps ahead for a frame, although he still falls behind. Goes wide. And that's going to cost a little bit of time. Let me check the microphone, make sure everything is looking good. Yes, it does look good. Shibe right at Dale's side. But that's DGS driver with the current DGS driver, Dale Ross, as he takes the inside line away. But Dale's going to cross over, gets ahead of Shibe 21. And that's a very clean move. Now hit the breaking point, and it looks like the battle has fallen off a little bit on the second lap here. Oops. Twin Turbo V6 extending his dominant lead, although not by as much as you would think. It's only about a second and a half here ahead of Aris, and it's pretty much the same space between everyone else. I'm gonna use this time to get a good old thumbnail. little bit of nothing going on. We're gonna try to see. There we go. There's everyone. I think the S's will make a great spot. And it looks like Scheib and Dale have gone out to their own current battle here. There we go. I'm gonna follow them from basically a drone camera. And as it looks like Scheib takes a tight line. That doesn't work too well for him. Into the final set of turns, there's Arisnetta and also that's Twin. Arisnetta gonna go wide on the final turn. That's a very tough mistake to make here. Now the cars make their way into turn number 1. So I think we're now on to the 3rd lap of the race. And it looks like Scheib is falling a little bit back behind from Dale Ross. Arisnetta, meanwhile, collecting up a little bit of that gap. They close in little by little here onto Twin Turbo V6. Now into the Black Rock hairpin to go. Just going to take a little bit of a braking point in between there, of course. And it looks like Aris a little bit harder, but it looks like Scheib got loose. Alright. Not a whole lot to report other than that, but Arisnetta definitely collecting a lot of that gap between Triple V6, but she keeps on going wide here, and that definitely hurts. Now watch a Crucian, and looks like not much change between him and Scheib, although maybe that corner could help Scheib. It looked a little bit tight and loose at the same time for Crucian, jeez. Cars now making their way into the chicane, and it looks like all of our cars get out pretty easily and clean. How's Jason looking back there? In the 20 car, kind of just running laps through here. Car's now hitting the front stretch, and it looks like that was a bad exit for Twin Turbo V6. Arisnetta is close into under a second this lap. As next time by will be the cross flags, and that is also known commonly as a halfway point of the race. And so far, we've stayed clean. Pretty hard to get a caution in a small field like this, of course. Cars fading a little bit in the background there. There's a lot of haze on the track. As I talked to Jake earlier, he said in his time in Utah, it was really dusty here. And I'd say it's probably a lot dustier in real life than it would be here. But I do have to admit, it does look very dusty. It's been a bit of a rough track to get together, and seemingly pretty bumpy too. To see Arisnetta bouncing around on the course. That time she gets a little bit loose on the precision corner. Now making the way down the infield straight. Seemingly, Twin really does go very quick around this sector. I think, is there a possibility for Scheib and Crucian battle to return? Might just be about possible. Gap between these two, a couple car lengths, and definitely seems like Scheib's closing in, little by little. Twin now makes his way around the final turn, and this time by, that'll be the cross flags. There's not a whole lot to report, though. I guess we'll just talk some trivial stuff in the meanwhile. This is probably one of the only tracks on the SLC schedule this season where the GTI series is actually faster than the raw spots. That's just mainly because of that straightaway that we just went through there. Top speeds go over 180. In fact, there's probably a car that might be able to get up to 185 in GTIs. The rod spots only get up to like 170. So these do 140, and I think the mids cars are like just barely 130. So that looks a little bit loose there for Twin. I don't think that was actually bad looking for him. But overall, just it's certainly one of the tracks. I think Crucian himself said he did like the track beforehand. I'm not sure if that stance will stand or not. He is still running on for a podium, which will pay pretty well come the end of the season, of course. Meanwhile, we're going to look at the board, and Scheib has actually been running in extremely fast Sector 1. It's a 110.53. That's probably on route for a personal best, if possible. But that, of course, could vary. Aerosnet goes very wide and offline for just a second. The chicane seems to be a little bit tricky for her. This time by, I believe there's 3 more laps to go for our leader and everyone else behind. But Aerosnet's gap has not really been picking up much. I think Twin Turbo V sits, as long as he's not making mistakes, could be on route for victory. Not a lot of change in the battle for third either. Okay, it looks like the gap between Scheib and Crucian has fallen down to about 4 car lengths, and definitely closing in little by little. We'll see if it maintains that way. Pretty much in every frame now, Dale and Scheib have been pretty much together. How about Scheib and Twin? It's a little further behind. These two definitely closing in on each other. Scheib just absolutely zooming it. Unfortunately, he's developed this pace a little bit late in the race, so that doesn't help him very much. But here he is onto the inside of Crucian. Even goes a little bit on the grass. And so far, everyone else has been pretty good on cuts as well. Scheib now picking down the inside. As we now make our way into the clubhouse corner. Scheib takes the inside line, crossing over and clears Dale Ross. Is Dale going to fight back? He takes away the inside. Scheib now going to have to fight back. Scheib to the inside, crossing over with Dale Ross, and it looks like out of the final turn, it's side by side down the front stretch. Here's the battle for third place in the race. Going to walk again a little bit more. Make their way down the front stretch, and I think Scheib has just carried a little bit more speed out of that final turn. Here they go into Sunset Bend on turn 1, and by the time that, actually I was going to say it looked like Scheib had cleared Dale. I think it might stand that way, but for a second, well, there's Dale back to the inside. Doesn't seem like Dale is done with Scheib. Dale peeks down the inside, now side by side. Just a little bit, though Shibe will stay ahead a lot. That's a big cut for him, but that might have hurt a lot. Here's Dale Ross, now comes by for third place. Into the first set of these really long, winding out hairpins. Here's the other one. That's a demon corner there. And looks like Shibe will back off a little bit for the time being. Actually, he's gaining a little bit here. Had a better exit, gaining little by little on Dale Ross, now to the bumper. Shibe 21 taking the inside away from Dale. He goes wide as they run it side by side through the last sector of the course. Dale now taking the inside away from Shibe 21. That's going to hurt a little bit of him. Arizona closes in a little bit more on Twin Triple V6, and the time by will be the white flag. And meanwhile, Dale Ross and Shibe have backed off a little bit, so it looks like up ahead for the lead is going to be a close-ish battle. Our car's now making the way from the preliminal into the final turn. Arizona making a dive bomb down the inside. It's not going to work. Here we go to the final lap. There's a close gap for the lead. Harris just lost a lot of time on that straight, but here she goes, gaining a little bit towards the end of it. Arizona and Twin now in a close battle, only about a car length, but Arizona closing in on Twin Triple V6. Aris on the bumper, Twin Triple V6 actually going a little bit into him. About the battle for third place, a little bit more spread out. Arizona now making a dive bomb down the inside. They were side by side, and they're side by side once again. Arizona takes a slingshot line and carries more speed than Twin Triple V6. But that, they get a little bit loose, and that's going to cost a little bit of time on... I think this is the Demon corner once again, and Twin will stay ahead of Aris, but Arizona might be able to benefit because he went wide on that exit. Arizona now to the inside. But so does Twin. It's a crossover move. Twin goes wide. Aris on the inside. And Twin will peak ahead of Arizona for the time being. How about the battle for third place? And they do seem to be a little bit close. It's a good run for Dale, or for Shibe 21 on Dale Ross. How about Aris? Is Aris going to close in? We're closing to the third sector of the track. There's only a little bit of time left to make a decision. Accrucian and Shibe side by side for third place, and Shibe will clear off Dale Ross. How about this battle for the lead? It looks like Twin gets a little bit offline. Aris might be able to collect a little bit through the chicane. They're side by side through the chicane. Aris not going to stay ahead of Twin Triple V6. Only got a couple more corners in this racetrack to go. Does Aris have what it takes? There's only about a car length separating the two of them. They make the way down the second to last turner. It's going to take something big to happen. Here's Aris around the final turn. She gets loose. Twin Triple V6 now. Side by side for the lead of the race. Aris Netta will come across the line and win. It's a photo finish. Now for the third place finish. Dale's got a good run at Shibe 21. But Shibe will stick ahead in third. Your positions are Aris Netta, Twin Triple V6, Shibe 21, and Accrucian. And here's Jason making its way through the last couple turns. So, I got one more car on track. That is Jason. I think we're also without a podium on this track once again. I'm sorry. The top three can line up on the front stretch. Just wait for Jason to finish this lap. Your quick time also is Twin Turbo V6 with a 2-minute 9.062. Jason now makes his way across the first sector. Sometimes bumps are pretty exciting. That's one thing I can admit.
On my screen, that was a photo finish.
That was a
It was
photo.
super close.
That
on
was
my
a photo
screen.
finish. That was side by side. It just you could tell that Eris was gonna win, but that was a side by side finish. So awesome finish for you two. And here's Jason now making his way across the start finish straight, and Jason finishes off in 5th place. Those are your positions. If you want to do donuts, you can, Eris. Unless you already did them, then I missed them. Sorry. Once you're ready, head to the start finish straight. God damn it, Eris. Alright, we're gonna skip the podium.
What did Eris do?
She jumped her car off the track like a fucking dumbass.
Oh.
So, we're gonna skip the podium. Alright, Eris Netta wins the race as a photo finish. So, how was that race? How was that final lap? What happened there? It looks like it was going to be in the bag for Twin Triple V6, but you come up around and battle for the finish.
So, according to what Twin said, and from my own testimony, we both had very different experiences with the last sector, because Twin mentioned bumps ruining his last sector, and at least from my own experience with the last sector on the last lap, I was able to luck out without getting that many bumps. Like, on that little turn where the curb is wide on the inside and you can cut through, I was able to squirrel out of that and not bumped, because every other lap, until the last two, I had been getting really, really aggressive jumps every time I went through. So I was kind of trying to avoid taking it for a bit, and then I just went for it, and I managed to get no bumps, sorry. And it's generally just the bumps, really. I feel like a lot of it came down to the bumpiness of the track, because there was a lot. Like, I wouldn't say it was, crazy, like the Rocks mods, taking that one turn before the hairpin at Loans. But you were constantly being thrown around the track. Like, a lot of times I was taking a really aggressive line that was gonna work, but it was just ruined by me getting a bump and it throwing me way offline. I mean, still, the track was pretty fun. I wish we could have had a bigger field. I hope the Rocks mods get a bigger field. Because, I mean, while I feel like it's going to be way more annoying to drive, I feel like having a bigger field could really make this track make some interesting races. And also a longer race, too. Because maybe, I mean, while 8 laps was long, I feel like there's a lot of potential that can be squeezed out of this track.
Thank you, Eris Netta. That was a pretty fun race to watch, and I see you got 2 cars there. Ah. Alright. Well, up next here is Twin Turbo V6. Dominated the race, but didn't quite come up on top. But will score more than Aris Netta, of course, with the point system. Those bonus points do matter a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I got them. Yeah, I'm honestly still happy about that because obviously we're racing for the championship more than the races, so that 1 extra point I get over Eris actually would be important. But yeah, the battle was really nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Like last 2 or 3 laps we were just like side by side or like trading places or something. It was really nice. Yeah, just it was nice. Track, I like the layout. It's just the quality of it. For some reason, Roblox just ruins it. It's not even like
It's an art
whoever
track.
built it's fault. It's just Roblox kind of sucking with its system.
Yeah.
But yeah, still nice to drive on and stuff. But yeah, congrats to Eris for winning.
Thank you, Twin Turbo V6. We've got another person here. That's Shy21. Shy21. Shy, I believe you want to be interviewed through chat. You scored a podium. Yeah. So how was that race, and what was the finish there with what was that finish there with Joe Ross? Here, I'll get a photo. I think Dale just photobombed that. Alright, let me just get this photo. Boom. 1 race back, 9 out of 1. Is he talking about 9/11? Anyways. Happy got P3. I was really cooking, and yeah, that's about it. Bring Shy back. Shy technically is still suspended, but of course out of necessity he was around for today. Did make a pretty entertaining race battle for that position. We'll see here come around. You also could technically race on the Stock I4 League. You know, hint hint. Although I'm not sure how happy Dale's going to be seeing you race. It's his league, of course. As last driver in the field, that is Jason here. Jason finishing P5. Now, I don't know if there's a lot of action for you today, but how was the track today?
A little bit. I was doing so good, I did switch gears at the right moment. And it's a fat track. Don't get me wrong, it's a great track to do with GGI, Rod Mod, and Funnel Micro. But I don't know about the mid cars.
Will be a pretty long race. Those cars will be like the Nürburgring, basically.
Oh.
What are your thoughts coming into the Rossmont race later today?
What time is that again?
About an hour. Practice is
An
going to
hour?
start a short bit.
Oh. I don't know. We're sticking with 4th gear, so I don't know how that gonna go for the one mod tonight.
Okay. Alright. That might be a little interesting. I feel like you and Speedy have been battling throughout the last couple of weekends. You think that's going to happen again this week?
I don't know if Speedy gonna show up.
All right, it's possible.
We have to wait see.
All right. Thank you for coming around for the Formula Micro race, Jason. Next week's gonna be an oval race, so I'm sure that's also gonna be fun. All right.
Which track are we heading to this week?
I forgot if that was It was either Milwaukee Mile or Neshota. Either way, it's a Wisconsin oval.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, tomorrow's Saturday for the GI, right?
No, GTI race is Sunday. I don't know
Oh, then we're not racing on Saturday then?
we're gonna try a Sunday race because we seem to be having a lot of issues. Oh no, that's a plane crash. All right. Oh.
How the fuck did I die?
Alright, well anyways, thank you Jason. And for the folks watching, that's gonna be it for today. For the for the Formula Micros, why did I say the Mitz car off? There's one more. There is the Bronx mods coming up in just about an hour.
I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you.